apologize to all those people who had bets on me not showing up. I am here. Thank you, Dr. Craven, for the kind words. And thank you for all the hours you spent with your radio pager and all the GI bleeds it met. On behalf of my wife, myself, my family, I thank the administration and all the people who make up PCOF. You have allowed me to enjoy an unbelievable life. I thank the members of the Department of Surgery, especially Karen Murphy, Claire Vogel, Kathy Hain, for creating calm out of chaos. Mark Bruder, for taking all of those 5 a.m. calls for 20 years. I especially thank Bob Jenna and Dan Weisel for their guidance and their training. Unbelievable teachers. I admittedly knew little about our founder until I became privileged to receive this award. I only attended one Founders Day, and that was during my first year of medical school, and that resulted in a 2-hour walk in a snowstorm. I swore that would be my last Founders Day. Those who know me understand that my participation today is with characteristic reluctance. But a persuasive call from Dr. Craver softened my resolve. My experience, I know Dr. Craver would be a man of his word. And when he raised the specter of bodily harm, I failed to I knew my appearance was preordained. Giving someone a public pulpit while they are in the midst of a private frustration can be a potent temptation. I find myself with such an opportunity today, and I embrace this moment as an obligation entrusted to me by my inheritance as an osteopathic physician. We stand here on the shoulders of giants and bear the obligations of their sacrifices. Our founder was such a giant. What calculus persuaded Dr. Snyder to embark on such a precarious undertaking? At a time when osteopathic medicine was regarded as an aberration, a medical footnote, how could such a venture be contemplated? Establishing an osteopathic school at best was a formidable challenge, and by all rational evaluation, was no more than the goal of an eccentric. De Saint-Exupéry, a French fighter pilot and author, once said that a goal was just a dream if there was no plan. Certainly, Dr. Snyder must have had such a plan. If starting a school dedicated to a questionably vetted profession was not sufficiently challenging, he chose the most unlikely of venues, Philadelphia. Our city was then, and continues to be, the hub of academic medicine. Storied and venerable institutions such as Pennsylvania and Jefferson would certainly crush this would-be David. Convincing a public having ready access to excellent mainstream medical care should all but doom the new school's success. Dr. Snyder did not shrink from this challenge. He, like many, realized that seemingly lost causes were the ones most worth fighting, and he certainly was a fighter. In the December Digest, 1947, on the occasion of his death, Dr. Dressler stated that Snyder's dynamic personality, his tenacity, his sincerity of purpose knew no defeat. He could always be found in the forefront of battle. Snyder understood that we can gain no peaceful future if we approach it with fear and suspicion. He knew that the future must be broached with understanding, confidence, and courage that flows from the conviction of purpose. He knew that what is obtained cheaply, we esteem too lightly. He confronted his opponents in the midst of their strength with audacity and daring, fully believing in his cause and his future. He realized that it was better to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, even though checkered by failure, than to rank with those poor spirits who neither enjoy nor suffer much. These individuals live in a gray twilight that knows neither victory nor defeat. It is impossible to win a race unless you venture to run. Impossible to win the victory unless you dare to battle. He knew victory was always possible, for the person who refuses to stop fighting. He realized that his victory would be the child of preparation and determination. He knew that failure would only be postponed success as long as courage coached ambition. The habit of persistence becomes the habit of victory. Today, our profession and this institution face new challenges. We have fought for many years to have our training and our medical philosophy accepted and validated. Men like Galen Young and Nicholas routinely exhorted generations of PCOM students to believe in our profession and never doubt the certainty of our future. They knew that what this profession is, what it will be, what it can be, depends on generations of new students. Unfortunately, there is a perceptible doubt, a fear that jeopardizes this future. As I walk the halls today, as I speak with the students and the faculty, the seeds of despair quickly become evident. Too many of the mentors of our students, the people who have been entrusted the hopes of our future, have developed a malignancy of fear. At a time when confidence in our profession should have realized new heights, the profanity of sentiments to retrench and retreat have become all too common. These advocates of caution have interpreted our recent great victories with unified accreditation as a loss of autonomy and a decrease in opportunity. Nothing could be further from the truth. In the past few years, this institution has hoisted the gauntlet flung by our competitors. We have proven our standards, not by our own metrics, but by those imposed in an unjust and biased fashion from institutions bent on our destruction. Despite this egregious process, despite the slanted and perverted metering of decisions, we have prevailed. The programs in training at PCOM have successfully been granted a grudging recognition and certification, despite the perfidy of the process. More programs have been certified in this institution by the ACGME in a shorter period of time than any other medical training body in this city. We now enjoy the fruits of the work of those who have paved the way for our assured future. I have been asked to share wisdoms that I may have obtained during my time at PCOM and my tenure as temporary custodian of the Department of Surgery. I speak now to the students who will carry the banners and champion our future. Do not allow the vision of our founder to be co-opted by the voices advocating consolidation and conservatism. Remember that caution is the haven of cowards. Your destiny depends on the recognition that you are not to be ministered unto, but to minister to yourselves and others. Because of your unique abilities, the superlative training you are receiving, and the experiences you will obtain, you will become the channel of peace and the resolution of pain and suffering for so many people. The joy and the moral stimulation of this work must not be forgotten in the mad chase for evanescent profit and comfort. Your happiness will lie in the joy of achievement, your legacy marked by the people you impact. If this profession is to move forward, then it must be as a well-trained, dedicated team of individuals willing to sacrifice for the good of our common discipline. You will face the arduous days ahead within the warming courage of this unity, with the clean satisfaction that comes from meeting your solemn obligations. Do what is necessary first, then do what is possible, and soon you will be able to do the impossible. To our administration, the conservators of this future, you must realize that we have come through our darkest hours and have bested those who sought to eliminate us from the field. This institution cannot languish in the fading light of these recent successes. We can no longer choose to go where the path leads. We choose to go where there is no path and leave a trail for others to follow. We must not be content to be part of medical education. We choose to lead it. If we are truly the sons and daughters of Dr. Snyder, If the audacity and the conviction of our founder courses through our veins, we will not shrink from the challenges ahead. We will not just survive, we will prevail. Thank you.